Hello and welcome to my channel. So today I am drawing and painting some antelope, or oryx they are, on my iPad. Okay, so I'm going to start with the shape. I'll draw the first oryx first. I got these references off Unsplash. And they are my favourite antelope of all. And got beautiful long antlers. So his antlers are pretty much double the length of his head. So 1, 2. So I do this exactly as if I was drawing on paper. I treat this pretty much the same. I'm just using basic sort of, I can shrink this down if I want to and make it bigger to draw details. Now his head and his neck are the same length. I might have to move him a little, and I've got that about right. And then his body is all the same length as his neck. Oh, my iPad's talking to me. My iPhone, sorry. Okay. So I start with that. Got his chest, his neck is quite deep, and his shoulders, his chest goes right down into the front of his chest leg bit. His shoulder goes down, his neck goes down into the front of his shoulder is what I'm trying to say. He's sort of facing away from us, so I've got to take his bottom out a bit that way. So his bottom's sort of facing towards us a little bit. Hello, Swarf, how are you? It has been ages. How you going, Dale? What's been happening? Oh my goodness, my iPad. I'm taking my iPhone, my watch off because it's talking to me. Go away, phone. So how have you been, Dale? You're good? Excellent. Glad to hear. Whoops, days. Oh, I've got to get my glove. Hang on, I just got digital gloves. Hold that thought. I've got to get my glove because I keep wiping my hand on the screen. Hang on. Just got to grab my digital glove. I forgot it. Got them for myself here. Awesome. Sorry about that. I'm coming back. Just had to grab that. There we go. Now I'm back. Oh, okay. Okay. Got my digital glove. Because I just ordered these online the other day, so I'm excited to try it out. So it just goes on 2 fingers. Whoops. Not sure how. Oh, that fits good. Awesome. Now I don't have to worry about rubbing my hand on the screen and disappearing the marks. So these guys are beautiful colours. These are my favourite deer of any kind of antelope. They're my favourite. They've got the most amazing markings. Oh, I can hear my dog trying to get in. Hang on, I'll just let the dog go in. Come on, Bear, in you go. Oh, Bibi. Oops. Okay. I found my art style. Oh, awesome. Whoops, hang on. Now Pippi's going crazy. Come on, Pippi. Out you come. Come on. Out you come, Pip. Come, Pip. I've just got to get rid of Pippi. Come on. Come, Pip. Come on, Pippi. Call her, doll. Oh, just a little terror. Okay. All right, we're good. I've got Pippi out because she's the one that barks at me when I'm drawing. Okay, you can stay with me, Bear. Okay, there we go. So what have you been working on, Swarf? What sort of art have you been working on? Okay, so see, he's got his backside sort of facing us. Quite thick hock on his back leg. His tail comes down here. His tail goes down between his back legs there. And they're standing in really long grass, so that'll be fun to try and draw. I can add the background colour in the end. I draw very soft and round characters. They're just like 5 circles, ones for the head and oval, and body circles for the hands and feet. Oh, cool! Very good. Very good indeed. Oops. So now I'm just going to draw the base drawing on this. Whoops, I'll make that smaller so I can fit all my animals in because there's quite a few. But I won't do all of them actually. I'll just do like 3 or 4 of them. Maybe 4 of them I'll do. So I'll draw the bottom of this one. His bottom's facing away from us. And I got this reference off Unsplash. It's a royalty-free reference site. Again, proportions are all about the same. His head is about the same size as this one, but he's facing away from us so you can... Oh, gosh. What was that? Thank you for the sub. Thank you, Trip. Shout out to Trip. Hang on. Shout out. Trip228. At least my alerts work. That was good. Shout out. Trip underscore 228. Thank you so much, mate. Much appreciated. All right, so I'll draw his cheek. Ramen! Nice. I'm still yet to have ramen. I've never had it. I've got to try it. Okay, so I'll draw his horns there. Okay, having a quick look at my screen. I've got to make his head just a fraction longer maybe. And I'm still very much learning digital art. I fiddle with, I'm just learning. I've done a couple of pieces in the last week or two. And I'm still figuring out layers. Not very successfully at this point, but we're getting there. No problem. Appreciate you. Appreciate you too, Dale. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I'm just figuring out how it all works. And I've just figured out how to print nice quality ones on my computer. So I'm going to do prints of them, which will be fun. All right, so he's standing there sort of facing away from us. Go Rogue, yes, go Rogue. And they've got their beautiful stripe that comes down under the chin like that. And I'm doing this on Procreate on the iPad. And there's another one. There's one sort of facing us. I'll draw him. Am I going to draw? Yeah, there's one standing. There's one going off behind this one, but you can't see any of him except his ear. Like that. And then this one's butt is down here. So there's quite a few butts. Actually, I'm not going to worry about that one. I'm going to draw this one's head. So we're going to... The beauty of that is I can just double tap with 2 fingers to erase, like that. Erasing. There we go. Erase. There we go. Yeah, you joke. Grey DB, tell a really bad joke. Oh, no! Hang on. Hang on. Hold that thought. I've just got to pull it up on my other computer because I can't think of any offhand. Let's go here and go... Really bad joke. Really bad joke. Okay. Oh, here we go. 175 bad jokes. That should be alright, shouldn't it? Okay, hang on. Oh, what? Am I human? Of course I'm human. Yes, I'm human. Haha, there we go. So, hang on. Oh no, I've read that one. Hang on. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Okay, there are 3 types of people in the world. What are they? Those who can count and those who can't. That's 2. That made me laugh. Okay, that's really bad. Did you hear about the Italian chef who died? He passed away. Did you hear about the guy who invented the knock joke? He won the Nobel Prize. Oh, that's bad. It's very bad. There you go. You got 3. You got 3 for the price of 1. Go us. Okay, so I'm going to draw this one. His head's like that. Get the angles right. I've actually got to change my rewards for iPad because I can't do blindfolded drawing on an iPad. Oh, shivers. Okay, he's not going to fit on the page, is he? How am I going to do that? Because he's going this way. He's just going to have to disappear off the page, isn't he? Just going to have to disappear off the page. And be a bit more towards us. I've done his face way too thick. I'm going to narrow that down. I can just get my eraser and erase that. Like that. Make him a bit narrower. A little bit narrower. I've been watching a few tutorials on how to use iPad. What's the friend group between Marshmallow, Chocolate and Cracker? I don't know. What is it? Tell me. Now his antlers are twice the length of his head. The s'mores. Oh God. Alright, so his antlers up there. So it doesn't matter if it's exactly like the reference. It's not obviously not going to be exactly like the reference because they don't all fit. Whoops-a-days. Just pressed all the things. Now here's the beauty of digital. It's really easy to fix. If you make a mistake, it is so easy to repair and undo everything. And there's no cleanup, which is even better. So I'm really getting to like that there's no cleanup. I can print my work onto nice paper. I've been printing it onto watercolor paper, which really is good. So it looks right. And you can get archival quality ink, which I've found, which is a bit exciting. So it's really samey same as it goes for traditional. My screen does look a bit yellow on the other thingy though. Now I'll draw his head over here. That's my pop-in gem, but I'm going to leave. No worries, Swarf. You have a great night, doll. Have a great night. Thank you for popping in. It's lovely to see you. And have a lovely weekend. Draw his other antlers over here. Like that. So he's disappearing off. And it's always good to connect your animals. I heard a joke about paper. Oh, what's your joke about paper? I want to know. Okay, he's off in the distance. So they're all got their legs are covered. Oh, actually, his legs aren't so much. You can see more of his legs than the other ones. I'll just erase that little bit of grass there. Oh, it's never mind. It's terrible. Oh God, you're right. It is terrible. Oh, you're funny. So his back leg comes down here. Okay, so there is a gap between these ones, so that's fine. I'm happy to leave that gap there. Might move my chat box a little bit. Might move it to the top, so it's sort of not in the way of that antelope because he's sort of the centre. How do I move my chat box? Hang on, where's my chat box? Chat box. See if I can move it up a bit. There we go. No, that's not going to work, is it? Where do I put it? Maybe I'll put my chat box over here. I'll put my chat box in the middle there. We'll do that. And I'll get rid of the wine glassy thing. So where's me subscription? The jar. The jar can go. Oops, no, I don't want to press that button. Hang on. The jar. I want to turn it off. Nope. How do I turn off the jar? Oh, turn it off. Do that. There we go. So now my chat box is up there in the left. So it's out of the way a bit. Okay, so I am now going to do layers. This will be fun because I've got no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so layer 1. So this is what we're going to do in layer 2. So layer 2, I've got to do background colour. Okay, so the background colour is like a taupey colour. So I've actually already got these colours picked out. So they're sort of, the background's about that colour, and I can add highlights over the top. So that's that. Now, because I'm very much learning how to use layers and all kinds of things. Now we've got a pale white here. So I'm going to get a different brush. I'm going to get my painting brush, and I'm going to go just an untitled, just a plain old brush. And I'm going to zoom in on this deer, on this oryx, and I'm going to start. I can make it a bit bigger, my brush a little bit bigger. I'm going to start filling in some of the colour. So I treat it very traditionally because it's just the way my brain works. I work with minimal layers. I will use some of the effect brushes, like the grass brushes and stuff like that. Then they make life a lot easier. So I will use those, and I can tidy up lines just by erasing. It's so good. Makes life so much easier. And I'll just work on one part of the animal at a time. And you can blend by using that little finger tool. I can blend out the edges as if I was using watercolour, like that. Soften those edges, like that. Okay, and I'll go a chocolatey brown. I reckon I'll start with a lighter brown first, actually, just to go over where his eye markings are. Their eyes are very high on their head. I've realised they are very high on their head. And I'll do fur texture at the end, but I'll just start blocking in first. Get at least this one looking like an antelope or an oryx that he is. And they've got beautiful nostrils that come down like that, and I can disappear the outlines in a little bit. Come down here. Now his markings go up on top of his head and between his antlers, like that. This is going to be quite a time-consuming piece. Having a look. Okay. Anywhere that I can see, they've got dark under their chins as well. They've got like a line that comes up there. Goes down there. It's got that line that comes onto his belly. They really do have quite beautiful markings. They are quite lovely creatures. Oops. I've done a watercolour of this one before. And he's also got a darkish tail. Whoops. So that's just the first layer. Right. I need to have a look at his eye. His eye is a chocolatey brown, but I'll do a lighter brown. I'll fill that iris in like that, and then go to the pupil, which is a chocolate, or that part of the eye. I'll make that darker, and then for the actual pupil, I'll go black. Do I have black? I do have black. Like that. And I'll tidy that up. I can make that larger actually, and go brush, take my brush down to a little line, so I've got a fine. He really does have quite a defined eyelid, like that. Okay, having a quick look, and I'll get a little bit of a highlight on there, like that. Okay, now I'm going to shrink him down. That looks alright. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of a lighter brown in there as well. Because why not? Because he does have different colours around. Actually, I'm going to go for quite a pale yellowy colour there. And take that into here and blend that out. So I'll have one layer for the colours, the fur colours. Oops. That's what happens when I try and accidentally double tap. I'm still learning. Still learning. I've got to not be as clumsy with my hands. Now I can blend those together, make that a bit smaller. Blend that colour into that colour. So it's not such a contrasting, sharp line. Yeah, I've watched a few tutorials on digital art, but I'm really enjoying it. I have to say I am really enjoying it. It's completely different to my normal kettle of fish. I saw such a dear TikTok the other day. Okay. Whoops, to get my brush back. And it's been nice too because I can sit in the lounge room with my husband and draw and paint, and it doesn't interfere. Like I can not having to get water and bowls and paintbrushes, and it's really lovely to be able to sit in the lounge and draw and not make a mess. Alright, come down and around here. iPad definitely has a place for a traditional artist. Alright, now having a look. I'll come back up on his chin. Let's have a look at it from a distance. So this is what it's going to be, about that big. So he's looking alright. He's looking alright. I'm going to do the antlers now. The antlers are grey, a light grey. I'll get up a bit closer. I've got to turn my heater on. I'm cold actually. It's getting a bit cold. Oh, turn my heater on. There we go. And I work with full opacity, so my opacity is the bottom button. It's very, very straightforward, the iPad. It's very straightforward to use Procreate, which I really enjoy. But I'm feeling a bit inspired. I might want to save up and get myself another tablet, but a Wacom tablet to do more professional stuff, and you can do much bigger stuff as well on a Wacom. And it's a bigger screen, like an A3. This is an A4 size-ish. It'd be fun to work on a really large scale, or on a larger scale. Now what have I done here? Why is that not erasing? Have I done a layer? Hang on. There we go. I've got to remember where my layers are. Actually, because at the end I can I? Oh, I can do that. I can just erase over the top, get rid of the pencil lines underneath, like that. Woohoo! And it leaves, because that's on the bottom layer, so I'm not erasing what I've done on this layer. Yay! Okay, well that works. Go back to that layer, go back to layer 2. Go for a stronger grey. It's more of a grey brown, but that'll work. Nope, that's not right. What I'll do is I'll go to this grey that I had, and I'll pull it up on the circle, and I'll make it darker there. Is that it? No? There. And I want to add that to my palette, so I'll add that to a palette. There we go. That's better. That's more like what I wanted, and I'll make it a bit smaller. Take that back, disappear that. Alright. What's going on here? So I've got to just check the angles. Thought it was raining then. It's my air conditioner, the heater. So there, antlers do come out, these lines do protrude from the edges a little bit. I almost need that to be, whoops-a-days, these gloves are supposed to stop that happening, but I haven't tried these gloves before. But it means I can rest my hand on the screen, which is good, because I do rest my hand on the paper and the screen a lot. Whoops. Doesn't matter if they're not exactly the same distance apart. Like that. And then I'm going to blend, if I can, to soften them a little bit so they don't look quite as harsh. There we go, that looks better. So just by blending them a fraction, softens them so they don't just look like pet lines. Like I've just splattered them on there. Make it a bit larger for myself, make it a bit easier to smudge. Like that. See, that dulls them down a little bit. Blends them into the other colour, which is good. Whoa, that disappeared it. Don't want to disappear it. Go back. There we go, I can put that one back and then be a bit more careful with it. Okay. And because when you're looking at him from a distance, I'll get rid of that little bit. Oh gosh, my eraser's too big. There we go. Okay. And again, do the ones on the other antler. Not going to be exactly the same. Like a fingerprint, they're all a little bit different. Let's draw them on like that. He's a bit wiggly wobbly, but I can adjust that as well. So we'll have a look at the picture. So that's what it's going to look like from a distance. So you actually don't really see the finer. You're not going to be looking at it that close, which is, it's fun to be able to get precise detail, but I don't need to be as fussy. But it will be fun too, because it's given me ideas of things I want, different things I want to try that I wouldn't have been game enough with a traditional medium, because this is so forgiving. Now I'm going to go back to that grey, because I've got to straighten up. That's not the same grey. What's that? Where's it gone? Where's the grey gone? Oh, up here. Oops. How do I end up on that one? Where's my grey? Is it that one? Whoops. There we go. That's better. Just going to straighten up his antlers. They were a bit wonky. Looking a bit wonk. Just got to unwonk them. There we go. Unwonktified. Ta-da! And then I can drag, smudge those lines until they come to the edge again. Like that. It's going to be fun to do pet portraits, I think, because it's much easier and you've got every colour under the rainbow, which is so cool. That's what I think I'm loving the most, is that I've got every colour that I've ever dreamt of having at my fingertips, and it's so damn cool. So cool. Okay, having a look. That looks alright. Now, but the back of them is a shadow, but I'll do the shadows towards the end. Now, I'm going to go on to this deer. Now, what colour is his fur? His fur is quite light. So I'll get that other colour that I've already, well, that's pretty much the background colour. I'm going to change the background colour to, I might make the background colour a lighter colour. So let's go background, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Background colour. Let's make the background colour a lighter version of that. So go back to my disc and see if I can make it like a, yeah, that's a bit better. That, you can see it while I'm doing it. You can see it just changing fractionally. There we go. I'll do that. Oops, and I better save that colour. There we go. So that's the background colour, just a little bit lighter. And then I can go back into my antelope colours, grab my brush, and I can fill these guys. I can fill him in, and I just made my brush a bit bigger. I'll add highlights and fur detail and stuff, but I'm just blocking in for the moment. Just blocking in. Now he's got a lighter colour on the back of his head, on his ears. I can erase those. Am I on the right screen? Yes, I am. I was like, oh, am I on the right? I did that yesterday. Day before. I was drawing something, and I was on the wrong layer and made a bit of a mess. Didn't know how to fix it. So it's all learning. And you can auto-fill pictures, but I haven't done that yet. I'll make that a bit bigger. Just fill in. You can see that's a nice little bit of contrast. Just a little, because I'll add the grass texture and stuff in the background as well. I'm just gonna, and it's really cool because you can get all the skin tones. I might do some more portraits, like people portraits and stuff as well, because that way, I can get every skin tone that I ever wanted. Now he's got actually darker markings on his legs there, so I'll fix that up in a minute. Fill that in. This is an oryx. Hello, Kim. Kim. These are oryx. I'm going to actually have to Google a gemsbok and double check what they look like. I've heard of them, but I'm not 100% sure what the differences are. I think both of these guys live in South Africa. I think oryx and gemsbok. Okay, I can make that a bit smaller now. Whoops. Okay. Animal Planet is teaching me things. Nice. Gotta love Animal Planet. Okay. Now I'm going to add highlight on his shoulder, coming down his neck, and I can blend that actually with my blending tool, because it stops it being such a hard line. Like that. I'll add some pure white. Got to keep going back up to my antelope and gem, and that's not white. Where's that one? That one? That's not it either. Get rid of those. What colour did I use? I'm sure I used that one. Yeah, that's better. Oh, it's probably because of the background colour, I've just realised. How's Australia treating you? Good, yeah, good. Cruising along. Been busy at work, so, but loving it. I love my job. So that's why I haven't been streaming. I've been starting super duper early in the mornings. But life is good. Life is very good. Not a complaint in the world. No complaints at all. Got it. Actually, I might even use that bluey white. That's a bit better. I'll use that. It's a grey white. That is good. What about you? What have you been up to and how have you been? Whoops. How have you been, Joel? I'll make that a fraction larger. Whoops. I can blend that. Just some of these little, like this is, I'm just roughing it in for now. So random question, how popular is Bluey out there? Oh, he was very popular actually. I had a blue heeler called Cluey, because remember Blue's Clues? Bluey is very popular. Bluey and whatever that pig is. You've been real nice. a Peppa Pig? Yeah, Peppa Pig and Bluey are big here. But yeah, Blue's Clues was huge here, and yeah, we had a dog called Blue's Clues. He was our blue healer. And he was Cluey. He's my little mate. But they live in Queensland. I don't live in Queensland. I noticed it's been all over the news. Oh, that's what's happened. I wondered why my transparency was different. I knocked my transparency. That'll do it. I love Bluey. Makes me want to go to Australia even more. Do it. Now, he's got a darker pattern coming down his bottom. He's got a dorsal stripe, they call that. So he's got a little bit of a mane. And then I'm just going to blend it into his fur on his back, just to soften that line, like that. I can make him smaller again. Have a look at him from a distance. There we go. He's starting to look better. I'll just blend out that line. One day for sure, Australia's on my top of my list. Cool. Well, I'm hoping. It's such a big country. There's so much to see. There's so much to see. Hoping this year my hubby and I can travel around, jump in the car and do a bit of travelling and drive around the country and see more of it. Because you can spend weeks, months driving around Australia trying to see stuff. I'm just going to get a bit of white. Have I got a bit of pure white? That's a bit of a pinky colour, but that's alright. It's a natural sort of colour. I'll blend. That'd be fun. Yes, we're just going to drive and just pull up in places. I've got a friend at the moment who's in South Australia. She's opal mining at Coober Pedy, which is so cool. And I've got another friend who's in Western Australia, and they do gold mining. So there's so many places to go and see. But yeah, hopefully this Christmas we'll do that. We'll jump in the car and we'll just drive to all these places and have a look. And I'm just literally adding touches of colour, and then I'm just going to blend it. And just slowly build. I'm doing it exactly like I would do a drawing, a traditional drawing. Treat it exactly the same. Making it smaller, have a look at him. He looks alright. Very awesome. It is very awesome. It is good fun. Now, I'm going to go back to this sort of a grey, because he's got a bit of grey on his body. They're not just one flat colour. They've got the light hitting them, dust on them, all kinds of fun stuff. And I contemplated whether to do this like so with a top-down view of the whole iPad, so you could see what I'm doing step by step, or just the screen share, because I can do screen share, but then you can't see the pen or the colours or any of that stuff being how I work it. I figured it was better to show it this way so you can see my whole technique and exactly how I pick things and do things. And actually I've got to get the different layer for that to get rid of that pencil line there, like that. And now I can get rid of the rest of the body pencil lines because it's pretty much been filled in. Just make the brush a bit bigger, like that, and that disappears all those base layer pencil lines, like that. So much easier. I think it is perfect how you have it set up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It took a bit of fiddling to try and get the light not to glare, because it just wants to glare the whole time. Oops, I'm on the wrong layer, that's why. Still learning how to use layers too. Yeah, it took ages to try and get the lighting right, because you can see my reflection in it, and that is so annoying. So it took a few goes to get that sorted. So I just practiced off stream sort of thing, and got just with my Streamlabs running, but not not streaming it, so I could see where the issues were. Okay, now I've just got to blend that back up into the, or blend the light back into the dark around that edge to soften that edge. Blend these because he's shadowed underneath, so it's just a slightly darker tone of his fur colour. It's actually turned into a gorgeous day here. It started off quite drizzly, thought it was going to rain, and it's cleared up lovely now. So I'm looking out my window at a gorgeous, gorgeous sort of winter's day. Now, he's got darker fur onto his shoulder and onto his back. I think it's just dust, really. I'll make that bigger so I can just get it on quicker. Then I can just blend it out like that and blend the edges. Oops, I'll make that a bit bigger, my blendy bit. Just blend that out. Still, and also, even though it's digital, still going the direction of the fur. I still do my pen marks the direction of the fur. Like that. There we go. Because it still makes things look three-dimensional and natural. I've got to take that right down here onto his bot, into his, whoops, maybe not there. Alright. Blend that a bit more. I can actually blend that lighter colour back up into it and sort of fuss around a bit. Because he's got dapples. Like he's got a bit of dappled colouring. But he's looking alright. They're looking alright. I'm happy with that, ish. I've got to do, he's got shadows under his tum. So I'm going to use like a blue for the shadow. Oh, God, that's too big. I'm going to go, I forget to change my brush size because that's how I roll. So that's just a shadow under there. Shadow under there. I probably need to make it a bit of a dark, more of a purple. Maybe more of a purple. I reckon more of a purple. So let's go more of a purple. Have I got anything that's got purple? I haven't got a purple. Let's make a purple. So we'll go to my disc. We'll go to blue. Around a red. Actually, no. How do I go there? Go there. There we go. And I'll make a dark purple for a shadow. There we go. That's a good shadow colour. Where am I going to stick that? Have I got a palette to stick that on? I want to stick it on a palette. Uh-oh. Palettes. There we go. So now I've got a purple purple shadowy colour. There we go. I like shadow colours that are purple. It's fun to use wild colours a little bit. And I'll blend that out a fraction just to soften that edge. Coming up onto his tum. And onto that leg. And down the back of that leg. Down, oh, not really down the back of that leg, just at there. Bit down the front of this leg. Then we'll shrink him and have a look. That looks a bit better. Also, I can add a bit of that. It's fun to use different colours, not just your standard everyday colours. Now I've smudged his ear out. I disappeared his ear. I need to bring his ear back. So I'll go back to my, what am I doing? Brushes. Oh, I don't want to do it in that colour. Go away. And then I'm going to go back to my colours. Get, that's probably his skin colour. Nope, that's probably the wrong one. Let's go a bit darker. We'll go that one. And I can draw his ear back in because his ear disappeared. Like that. I'll add a bit of the lighter colour back into it. Like that. Get a bit of the purple underneath it. Where's the purple gone? There it is. Nope, that one. That one. come under here, because he's got, I can add a little bit of this darker tone on his nostril as well. I can make his face bigger, make him bigger. Gotta make my reference photo. Oh God, there we go. How do I make it go sideways? Hang on. Ooh, I'm still figuring out how to use my computer as well. I'm not very good at computers either. There we go. Okay, all good. So I can add little bits of shadow here and there, starting to build it up. Let's have a look. I'm going to add also, I'm going to make it less opaque, staying with this purple though, because I've made it less opaque, it doesn't look as shockingly dark. And come down the back of these antlers, because shadows are critical, like that, and then we make him shrink, and that looks good. His mouth. Gonna have another sip of my coffee in a minute. Okay. Can make his nose a bit bigger. Gotta get. Let's blend that. I don't want to do that. Actually, I'm going to undo that. I don't like that at all. I'm going to go back to my. Oh, that's not it. Go back to my colours. Get a white. And I've got to take this right up around his mouth onto his cheek. He's got the cutest mouth. Actually, I'm going to go to a drawing. Get a pine pencil. Oh, that didn't work. What happened then? Why is that? Why is that not penciling? Hang on. Why is my pencil? Where's my drawing? Pencil. Drawing? What's going on? Inking? Try inking. Sketching. That's the one I'm after. Derwent. Go me Derwent. God, I'm an idiot. Okay, go here. Whoop! Why is that so big? Erase. And then... Oh. Make that a grey. A browny grey for his mouth. That's a bit better. Actually, his mouth is a little bit upturned. He's got like a little... I can blend that out a fraction so that doesn't look quite so harsh and weird. There we go. That's looking better. Let's have a disappear and make him look a bit smaller. Get some pure white. Use the same pencil, might make it a bit thicker. Actually, I don't like that pencil. Let's go Procreate pencil. That'll do. It's different. Sort of got to fiddle around and figure out what I like and what I don't like. Where's the white? It's not white. I want pure white. That's sort of blue, isn't it? Though that's not really white. That's probably the closest. But that's pinky. That's like a skin tone almost. That's all right. Doesn't matter. And now we'll go a chocolatey brown. A really dark chocolatey brown onto his fur on his head and his face, because it's sunburnt and darker in patches and lighter in patches. So we'll make it all a bit different. Keeps the variation, keeps it interesting. Like that. Add that into all of the areas. Add that onto that purple on his underbelly as well. There we go. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. We're getting there. We're getting there. One nearly down. Alright. I'm going to add that brown into his ear as well. Like that. I don't like that pencil. Technical pencil will do that. That's a bit better. And he's got a shadow under his ear. So I'm going to get that purple again, that deep purple, and add that shadow under his ear. Whoops. Like that. I can blend that a little bit. Like that. Just to soften the edge of that shadow. Oops, not that much. There we go. And he's got like creases on his fur around his neck. Like that. So I start to get in with the detail now and adding little bits. Whoops. Alright. Come down the front of this leg. He's starting to come together. He's got a muscle along there. I can draw these lines back in a bit now. His hock comes down there. Like that. The rest is covered in grass. I'm going to go back to that light colour, get my brush, go back to brushes, my recent brushes, go back to opaque and fill in the underside of that leg. It's bright. It's got a bit of light there. You can see he's starting to come together now. He's starting to get, well, he's starting to come together. Looking a bit more like I want him to. Getting a bit more definition. There we go. Okay, having a quick look. I might even, whoops, add a bit of that light there and then blend it like that. And then he's got a bit of a light line along there and I'll blend it. And that actually comes down onto his shoulder there, onto his wither. Okay, like that. Blend it. Alright. He's looking pretty good. Pretty good. I've got to do a bit more dark on his butt. So I've got to go another tone darker on his butt. I reckon maybe that one. Yep, that's a couple of tones darker. I can blend that like that because he's dark there and he's darker here. And then I blend. It's good fun. It is good fun. Then when I get to the background, I'll add all the grass and I can block out this layer and protect it. Because I've just figured out how to do that in the last day or so. Mask it somehow. I hope I can remember how to do it. Alright. I can blend that down into that grey. A little bit. There we go. Having a look. He looks pretty cool. Have another sip of my coffee. And get that purpley colour. That deepest purple. Come in under his tail. I need a bit thinner than that. That's better. Because I've got to mark that tail back in. Then bit more, get a bit of thickness in there to darken up underneath the brushy bit of his tail. Drag that up a little bit. Gives his tail not just one flat colour like that. Okay, he's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with him. Pretty happy with him. So now we're going to move on to the next one, and I'm going to start pretty much same. Just going to block in block in. He's a bit smaller, so just got to move my reference photo. I got the reference off Unsplash. I'd share it in the corner, but I don't know how. On an iPad, I don't know how to do that. So now he's got quite a lot of light on his face. So, but for now, I'm just going to block in with the tanny colour. And fill in the dark spots in a minute. I'll just block him in to start with. Get a bit bigger of a brush. Make it a bit easier, a bit less time consuming. Like that. He's got a fat belly. There we go. And again, I can get rid of the pencil lines. As I need to. Just by going back to that layer and just deleting them. Or erasing them, which is really cool. Or I can just delete the whole layer at the end, but that would be fun. It's just so easy. Digital is so much easier. Whoops, what have I done there? I did something. Oh, what happened then? Oh, I changed colours. How did I do that? Don't even know. Maybe my bangle touched the screen. I don't know. What colour was it? That one? Nope, not that one. Whoops. It's a lighter one. Must have been that one. That's it. Okay. And it's good because you can colour match your colours to your photograph, which is so good. So much easier because you're not having to mix. Okay, I'm going to go back to the layer with the pencil mark and get rid of the pencil drawing. Get rid of that. What did that do? Oh, there we go. Now we're good. Oh no, hang on. Whoops. That didn't work, did it? So, what did I do there? Oh no, that... It looks like it's actually interfering with the colour. Oh no, we're good. We're good, I think. Okay, now it's blending. Oh, I'm blending! I'm not erasing. Oh, I'm a twit. That's why it was doing weird stuff. Because I was blending, not erasing. Oh, I'm an idiot. Anyway. Alright. See, I'm still figuring stuff out. Okay. Now, go back to me light colour. Pop that. Whoops. Right. Oh, wrong layer. Go back to my antelope layer. And then draw his bottom of his chin. Like that. He's got light behind his ear. He's got light on his bottom. Come down and around like that. And I can blend that in. Blend that all together. Like that. Looks a mess to begin with. You just got to have faith in the process. You really do. Just have to have confidence in the process that it will work. Alright, I can blend that out. Go back to the darker tan colour, and I sort of jump around a little bit, as you can tell. And I'm going to draw his tail back in there, like that. And then maybe slightly stronger around the edges, stronger tan colour. And you can see he's already starting to get a little bit of form to him. Takes a little while, but we get there. He's got his dorsal stripe. He's facing away from us. He's got the tip on his ears. Whoops. Darker ears, like that. He's got... go the chocolate, so there's stripes on his face, like that. And that comes down and onto his nose and around there, onto his ear, onto that ear. He's got that stripe that comes down his neck a little bit. I can blend that out a fraction. Okay. Again, he's got that stripe coming up his belly. Like that. Onto the back of his tail. Give me a swooshy bit at the bottom of his tail. There we go. And the rest, their legs are in grass. So I'm going to go, now this is where I start to grab the greys again. Where's the grey? There's the grey for his antler. So I'll just fill his antler in. And then that one too. Alright. And again, I grab the darker grey for the lines. I can make him bigger. Might make him bigger just so it's easier to see. Like that. And I can blend them. Okay. Have a look at him smaller. So they're looking alright. They're starting to look right. Just got to have confidence. You can see the watercolour version of the same picture pops up on my scrolly thingy. That was a watercolour I did years ago of this exact picture. So it's not, I haven't done it the same. I've altered the antelope. So there's not as many. They're slightly different positions. But the gist of it's the same. But you'll see it as it scrolls through my photos. Okay. Now, the darker grey. There's the shadow at the back. Whoops, 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 whoops. Not quite. I need to dull off the opacity. Whoops. Maybe do that again. That's a bit messy. Woo. So just by double tapping you can disappear all of that. Whoops. Like that. Let's have a look. Okay. And I can actually darken up because he's facing away. Okay, that looks alright. You can just see the side of his cheek. And his mouth comes down that side like that. He's got sort of a browny muzzle and his nostril goes up there. I mean, you could really go all out and become a complete perfectionist. That's what I love about this. You can really go rogue with digital. I'm more patient with this than I am with my traditional paint, actually. I don't know why, but I seem to be, I feel like I'm more patient, not in as much of a rush. Probably because watercolour, you've got to get it while it's wet, and you can't take your time. You've got to act fast to get the paint moving while it's still got movability. Where that's probably what this is. That's probably why I'm finding this so good. It's because I don't have to worry about that. Because digital just, it never dries. So it's not an issue. That is so cool. Just got to get rid of this pencil mark here. Or is that, what have I done there? Why is it not erasing? Am I on the wrong, or did I put it on that layer? Ah! Don't want to do that. Erase. No? Don't know what layer that pencil mark's on. Oh, maybe it's a scratch on the screen. Oops. Trying to get rid of a pencil mark that isn't a pencil mark. Silly duffer. Oh, pardon me. All right. Again, he's got darker on the tops of his ears. He's got a little bit of light behind. A little bit of darker coming down onto his jowly bits. Blend that. Blend that. And then when you shrink him down and have a look at him standing together, that looks alright. It's getting there. Getting there. Bit more of a darker grey on a bit of a browny grey on his back of his leg here and onto his tummy, under this line as well, like that, not blend. So I'm just working in layers. I always work, even I still treat it like watercolour. I work light to dark. You don't have to, but I do. I mean, with this, you can do it any way you like because it's digital and it's just so forgiving. So, which is really cool. I'm going to blend this actually back into his legs a bit. I've got to get a little bit less opaque. And come down here. Is this what you get when you combine an insect? Hang on, is this what you get when you can combine an insect with a melon? Oh my god, what do you mean? Please explain. I have no idea what you're talking about, Deep. I've got to go back to the opacity button. Get that colour back. Alright. Antelope. Oh, yeah. Like cantaloupe. Never even thought of that. Oh my god. Your brain works in mysterious ways, Deep. It really does. Your brain works in very mysterious ways. It's entertaining. I'll give you that. Very entertaining. But my goodness, you go down some paths. Alright. Thank you for the compliment. My pleasure, doll. My pleasure. That's exactly how it was meant. Okay, having a look. And now I've got to go even darker on his shoulder. And I apologise for the darkish room, but I've got to have the room dark because of the glare. Because otherwise I end up with a god-awful glare on my screen that I don't want. Now, I'm just going to add the details on his tail a little bit. Coming down onto his leg. I can see his eyelashes on that eye, but I can't see his eye. So I'm just going to give a bit of shape there. And an eyelash. Was actually typing that response before you were saying in entertaining ways. Yeah! Bear, come and say hello. You want to say hello to everyone? Come on, come and say hello. Oh. Okay, everyone, this is Bear. This is Bear, my little companion. He's always hanging out with me, aren't you? And whenever I'm at home in my art room, he always helps. And I've got to give him a cuddle, and he's got to help. There we go. Now you can pop down. So, yeah. But it's fun. I have to say, I'm really enjoying trying to do traditional art with an iPad. But, yeah, I think I might have to save up and get myself a proper, what do you call it, a Wacom. The other day I saw a bear up in the woods way up there. Oh. Is that a joke or are you serious? I never quite know with you, Deep. Are you joking or are you serious? You saw a bear? That would be so cool. Alright, now I'm going to move on to the next antelope. So that's two pretty much done. How long have we been at it? An hour and 10 minutes. So I do take a lot more time with digital than I do with my traditional because it's more forgiving. And I don't have to rush to get the colours on the paper. It's a repeat after me song. Oh! The other day I saw a bear. Oh, okay. That's like, I'm trying to think of what song does that. Oh my god, DP, you got my brain working in a whole different way. Okay, so okay, this oryx is off in the background. You can't see any of his detail. You can just see the back of his body and the back of his head and his antlers. Would you call them antlers or horns on these guys? I don't know. I'm sort of not sure whether they're antlers or horns. They look like a horn, but I think they're technically an antler. I don't know. I have to Google what the difference is, to be honest. I don't know whether one's made, or I think they're both made out of the hair of the animal, just really condensed. I think an antler molts, but a horn doesn't. I don't know, because deer lose their antlers and regrow them, but I don't think, but the horn doesn't. I think that's the difference. But I think they're made out of hair. If someone can Google that, that'd be cool, and let me know in the chat what the difference is. That could be fascinating. Okay, then there's that leg. It's under here. He's just sort of standing off. I might draw another leg just there. Whoops. Like that. He looked at me, I looked up him. He sized me up, I sized up him. Ooh. The song's got a plot. Alright, having another look. They're looking quite cute. Whoops, move screen. There we go. Looking quite cute. Antelopes have horns. Okay, cool, because they don't molt them, so that's the difference. Was I right with my guess? That a horn is molted and an antler is molted. A horn is not molted, but an antelope. Freaking hell, I can't even speak English. But an antler is molted, but a horn is not. Okay, so again, going into the detail on the horn. Get that darker grey browny colour. Ooh, that's way too thick. Okay, go thin. Because I think they're still made out of the hair, but they just keep them. Alright, and then come down the back. Ooh. Down the back of that one. I'm trying to see which way his face is going, because that's one closest to us. Like that. Okay. So I've sort of roughed that in. I'll go even darker. I'll make that a bit bigger so I can go a bit darker at the back. Like that. Ooh. Ta-da! And then I'm going to get my blendy tool. I'm just going to soften. I've done this a slightly different way to the other ones. These lines. So I'm just touching over the top of them with the blending tool, and it just dulls them a fraction. So they're not quite so harsh. Whoops, and I totally messed that one up. Just erase that little line there. Go back to my blending tool. Whoop! I've got a bit rogue. Ah! No. Make it bigger. I need to make it bigger so I can see it better. There we go. I keep forgetting I can do that. That I can make it much bigger and it's much easier to see. And much more... See, that just dulls them down nicely. Oops. Okay. I've got to get that line back. Get that line back. Okay, having a look. Make them shorter. That's looking alright. I've done, those antlers are a different colour. I've got the wrong grey. I must need to go a stronger grey. So that one maybe. And I'm going to drop the opacity. Go over the top. So that'll just go over the top. You'll still see the lines that I've drawn because of the opacity. There we go. That's a bit better. I think that's a bit better. So yeah, this is iPad and the app is Procreate, which is so flippin' cool. And they've just released, or in the last 6 months, a animation app that you can do moving animations. And Aaron Blaise made a movie, and I love Aaron Blaise. He's a beautiful, he's a cartoon movie person. but he also does the most magnificent wildlife art that you've ever seen. He's just such a talented artist all round. He does beautiful wildlife, and he's travelled the world studying animals. And he illustrated Lion King and Mulan and those movies, and he's made a movie for the new Procreate app, with the new Procreate app, to show what you can do with it. And oh my word, it makes me want to learn how to illustrate, how to do animation. It looks phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff. So if you want to Google Aaron Blaise and animation, or Procreate animation, oh my word, blow your mind. Absolutely blow your mind. Now he's got that coming down there. And again, now I'll start to work in these darker colours on his tummy. He's got that stripe that comes down there, it comes up to that antelope's nose. They've got those beautiful markings. They really do blend into their surroundings. Like, once the background, these are all the same colour as the scrub and the bushes. Sorry, he was half listening. You're right, Dale. That's the guy that used to do Disney. Yes, exactly. That's the one. Exactly. But yeah, he created a whole moving, like a whole animation on the new Procreate app, and it looked like, it looked like one of his Disney movies. Like, it was that good. I was blown away that you could do that with an app like Procreate. I mean, he's got all the professional stuff, because that's what he did. That's what he does for a living. But he did it to prove a point for Apple, for Procreate, and I was just, yeah, it inspired me to do this, to get into digital again, because it's been a while. But he totally inspired me. But I was watching the Jazz's art channel, because I was just doing a bit of research on Procreate, and he was doing something with it, and he was the one that mentioned Aaron, and then I watched Aaron's video and was like, oh my god. I haven't watched Jazz really well. He's really good. He's changed his style a bit. Like, he's doing a lot more, whoops, varied things. I never used to watch, but I've got far more interested. He's a bit more technical now. He still does. He's funny. He's a funny bugger. So he's fun to watch, because he's a dag. He's got a great sense of humour. Yeah, I haven't. In the past, I hadn't really watched him much, but I've got it because there's another girl that I follow who's fabulous, Chloe Rose Art. She's the funniest girl ever. Have his book on the shelf. Oh, nice. Yeah, Chloe Rose. She's friends with Jazz, and I saw them collab a couple of times. And she's got his gift box. What do you call it? His boxes that he makes to get, to, I don't know what you call it, but his what do you call them? His boxes that he makes that, I don't even know what it was called. I don't know what they're called, but he does all pencil boxes and different kinds of crafting boxes and things to help fund himself. And yeah, I've seen Chloe Rose do reviews on them, and that's sort of how I found him, was through Chloe. But she's a fun channel. You want to see someone who's really funny, deep? Chloe Rose Art is hilarious. She's so funny. She's got a strange sense of humour, a bit like us, though. Alright, now I'm having a look at that. It's looking alright. Shrink it down, have a look at it from now. I've got to get a bit more of a browny colour into there. Bit more of a, oh, that's too much. I'll go drop the opacity. There we go. That's a bit better. Just to help. Go a bit darker on the backs of his legs. Get that purple tone. You know what I haven't done? I didn't put that purple tone on this guy in his darkest darks. Have you ever seen my Longhorn Diamondback Rattledill? No, I don't think I have. I'm not sure that I want to. Sounds interesting. Sounds like it's got all of the animals involved. Okay, he's looking pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Okay, now I'm going to move on to this guy who's facing us, and then I'm going to start on the grass. It's looking pretty cool. Looking pretty cool. I'm actually quite happy with it. Surprising. Surprise, surprise. Make it a little bit littler. Now this guy is facing us, so I'll start with the light tanny colour. Get a bit more opacity, and so because I want, if you can lighten your colours by making them less opaque, which is handy. They're such heavy set animals, like they are so beautiful. We've got these at Werribee Zoo in Melbourne, and I've seen them there. They're huge, like they're surprisingly huge. And I got this glove for this, so I don't touch the screen and don't keep moving my things. Doesn't seem to be working. I'm still moving my stuff when I don't want to. I got it off Amazon, but it was good because it only came. It was only like $8. They were only $8 for 2 pairs of these finger glove things that stop you from smudging your screen and doing all kinds of weirdness. Except it still does it. Oh, see, I just keep doing it. Just got to rest my hand and leave it there, like that. All right, down and around. Go into the darker colours. Get my darker brown. Make it bigger so I can see. Now he's got dark into his antlers. Down and around like that. Come down and pop that pattern there. They really are beautifully marked animals, and I love horses, antelope, anything with colour. I love the tones and the patterns on animals. I especially love drawing zebra. I especially love zebra. I was nearly going to do a herd of zebra today, but then I thought, no, I'm going to do these antelope because it's my favourite painting that I've got hanging up in my lounge room. But I want to do a digital one because I reckon I can get better colour. This is going to look better than my watercolour. And if anyone wants a print, I can print it for them. So I'm going to start doing prints. I've just got to get my kids to help me set my printer up a bit better so it does nicer quality stuff. But I'm going to start doing prints so anyone who wants to buy my work can. And there's going to be more than one of them because it's going to be prints, which is really nice because I've never done prints before. So if anyone sees a piece that they like, I can do you a print now. Okay. Now I'm going to do his eye. Now how did I do the first eye? I did the light tan, like that, both eyes. Then I did chocolatey colour around. I can't even see his eye really. His eyes are, I'm not even going to worry so much. And then the pupil is black. Like that. And you won't see that because it's going to disappear off. How did I do the other one? Oh, there we go. The other one's there. So then I go the lighter colour around the outside. Whoops, that's too big. A bit skinny, a bit thinner. Like that. Shrink it down, have a look. Go the darker. I'll fiddle with it as I go. Whoops. Make it darker. I want the darker brown. Well, actually, that's more the chocolatey brown, isn't it? He's darker around his eye. A bit more onto his head. It looks like a mash when you look at it up close. It looks like a real mash-up. But it comes together. It's amazing how a picture comes together. Blend. Soften those marks like that. He and another person were doing a collab where they give each other two creatures to combine into one. They did a drawing challenge, but I was sculpting a bit at the time. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. I would love to sculpt. I would love to sculpt. Okay. He's got... That is so cool, Deep. Okay, I'm going to blend that. That's why I love watching Mindside too, because he's the sculpting. He does 3 digital sculpting. I'm going to do a shout out to my mate Mindside. Anyone who wants to see real digital, oh my god, shout out at Mindside. Oh, hang on, I'll have to Mindside. Whoops, 13. He does digital sculpting. Oh my word, it is amazing stuff. So fascinating to watch how you sculpt with digital stuff. But you can print out, what do they do? A 3D printer. You can 3D print the sculptures and stuff, which is so cool. Now, he's got shadow on his back, so I'll pop this shadow on. Actually, make it less opaque. Shrink him down a fraction so you can see the whole thing. And then I'll just add a shadow, which is just the same purple, that dark purple, but I've just made it not as opaque as... Forget what three animals they did though. It was interesting. It's fun. It is a fun thing. When I was a kid, one of my favourite things to do was get my twin, because I've got a twin sister, was to get my twin sister to scribble just any old shape on the paper, and I would have to invent something out of it. And I love that. Was one of my favourite things to do. But that just reminded me of that, actually. Now his chest comes down there like that. Having a look. Okay, grab a darker purple. Go more opaque. And then onto his tummy. And there's actually another girl on here. She hasn't been on for a little while. Foxtail Brush. She's a Twitch streamer. A beautiful Twitch streamer. Beautiful artist. She does digital. Well, she does everything, traditional and digital. But she did that. She did mashups. So she'd have like a reindeer hot dog, or she just mixed up whatever and made it. It was so fun. And she did that every Saturday morning, and I used to go and do that with her because it was fun. So I picked 3 that were very Texas: longhorn cattle, an armadillo, the state animal, and the diamondback rattlesnake. Beautiful. I love drawing snakes. Rattlesnakes are really pretty. Very pretty creatures. And armadillos are endangered, aren't they? Or have I got that wrong? It's going to come up the back of his neck. Okay, having a quick look now. He's got to have a bit more light on his face. I love the look of armadillo. I've never painted an armadillo. I might have to draw an armadillo. I've never painted one or drawn one, but they are gorgeous creatures. Just got to get. You can see a lot more of the light in his ears because he's facing us. Having a look. It's really good because I'm not smudging my picture by having... It's funny. It's like you realise how much easier digital is. I'm going to darken up around this eye. Got it way too bright. Same on that one. Dull it down a fraction. There we go. That's better. That's better. Come down and around his ear a bit more. Having a quick look. No, they're not, but there's some species are dangerously low. Oh, okay. There we go. That's how they're looking. Got my little herd of oryx. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me, excuse the burpees. My coffee's making me burp. Okay. But yeah, 3D printing would be fun. I would love to do animal sculptures, like digital animal sculpting, and then make little 3D prints. That would be so fun. That would be so fun. Getting all the ideas now that I would never have with, like, it's the only medium you can just go mad and do everything. Really, digital art is just no ends to what you can do. And my other friend on YouTube does beautiful digital, what would you call it, like abstract art, but she does it to music and patterns that scroll around, and it's amazing. Alright, come down and around here, blend all this down, soften that. I've got to do, now she's got, whoops, blend that, pop a bit of light there, blend it, pop a bit more light, whoops, on the top of the back, blend it, like that. There we go. I have to soften these a little bit. It's a bit too stark. I'm going to go over that light a little bit with a bit to make it more opaque, less opaque I mean, just to get rid of some of that, like that. Add some of the lines in because he's got dapples, beautiful dapples. I don't know how to draw dapples. There's probably a brush that I could use to make dapples, because you can buy so many different types of brushes, but I don't know how to upload them. I know you can buy the brushes, like all the different brushes for the app, but I don't know how to upload them. I've seen them, but I don't know how to put them on my computer. So it's like, I'm shivers. I'm terrible at technology. I'm embarrassingly bad at tech. I think my son-in-law knows how to do it though, actually. I could always ask him. He's good at technology. Me, not so much. Whoops. Alright, having a quick look. Like that. Whoa! I went onto his head. Go back. I just do that and it's gone. Double tap. Woohoo. Gotta love it when a plan comes together. Then go the darker grey, browny grey. Again on the back of the antlers. Like that. And like that to get that shadow in. There we go. And then, whoops, make them a bit bigger. You know what? I don't even need to do that. You know what I've been doing? I've been doing that and blending it. I'll just make them less opaque. Oh my god, I could have just done that all along. See, I'm learning as I go. I'm learning as I go. I could have done that at the beginning and I wouldn't have had to smudge them out. So that's all one layer pretty much, because I'm supposed to use different layers, but I always forget. Okay, so I've got to go back to that layer to erase the pencil marks. So now I'm just going to grab a big eraser like that and go over all my pencil marks, and then all my pencil marks will disappear from that original layer. There we go, no more pencil marks, that's done. So that layer is sort of void. I'm going to go back to that one, and I'm going to add shadows using my super dark purple, but less opaque, down the back of the legs of this antelope, back of that leg. Got to get the shadow under here on this deer. Blend, whoops, blend, not erase, blend down there. Actually, and I'll make it a bit bit stronger. Whoop, nope, go there. Bit of a stronger opacity under there. Alright, right. I'm happy with that. Now I've got to do the grass. Okay. So this is going to be fun because I've got no bloody idea how I'm going to do this, but we're going to do it. Okay, so I have a brush, a brush. I'm going to do another layer. Another layer. And then I can protect this layer, can't I? I can go double tap. Whoops. Alpha lock. Is that, hang on, what is clipping mask? Uh-oh. No. Oh, actually. Oh, no. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll go to the next layer. That's all right. We'll figure this out. I don't know how to do this, but we'll figure it out. So I'm going to go to my brush. I need to watch more videos. After you do it. Good night. I don't know, Kat. Yes, I'm scared now, Gray. You're a worry. I don't know. Yes. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. I'm scared now. So you're talking about my art. What? I just want to touch grass. Oh, okay. You scared me. I'm like, what? Oh my God, you're funny. You are so funny. Oh, here we go. Here's me grass. Found me grass. Found me grass. Okay, so, oh! No, I don't want that one. Okay, so I'm going to go really light. Super light. So, where's my lightest? That's my lightest. That is not right. What is that doing? Why is that like that? That is... We'll try the light. Like that. Why is it blue? That is weird. I don't like that. Huh. We'll try that one. Huh? Oh, that's sort of better-ish. I'll make the brush bigger. There we go. Look at that. That is the grass brush. Woohoo! Can I? And if I put my antelope above that one, I should be able to protect. There, look at that! So you can see the grass going on, but it's not affecting my antelope. Ta-da! See, this is the stuff you can. It's so fun. It does get smaller into the distance, so I need to change that. No, it's just, I've gone a bit mad. I'm going to just delete some of that because that's a little bit crazy. So longer grass in the foreground, like there, and then shorter grass in the background because as it gets further away, it gets less. Look, you just do that and it fills it in. That's insane. Except that looks a bit wrong. Let's not do that. Okay, maybe a bit bigger. Why is it sort of sideways? There we go. Got to get it to go the right way. So you can get effects brushes. I love the clouds. The cloud brush is awesome, I have to say. I'm a bit impressed by the cloud brush. And then, so that's just number one layer. And then, whoops, bring it back into the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to go a lighter color. Can I... What's the lighter one? Is there a lighter one? I'm going to make another colour out of that one. I'm going to go to the disc. And I'm going to go wee to there, maybe that one. And then I'm going to add it to the other palette, like that. And then I'm going to go... Nope, that's not really lighter, is it? We'll go there again. Nope, we won't go there. We'll go there, and we'll go down to the disc. And then we'll try and make it a bit lighter. That's a bit lighter. There we go. Because there's different coloured, textured grass here and there. Look at that. That's phenomenal. It just makes it so much less fussy. And I've got what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to their layer. Actually, go back to their layer. And I'm going to add shadow grass. So I've got to get, it's a dark, whoops, palettes. I'm going to go a darker, that one? No, that looks stupid. Okay, hang on. Go a bit less, because they've got shadows under them. That's better. Look at that. Because he's got the grass under him. He's got the grass under. They're all connected by their shadows, like that. And that shadow is connected to that one, like that. There we go. Look at that. We're getting there. We're getting there. And I'm going to add some deeper darker. We'll go that. Because he's got super dark shadows under there. I'm just touching, and it just creates that beautiful sort of grassy effect. Okay. Why is it looking? It looks yellow on my PC, but it's a browny colour. I need to add some green to it as well. Have I got a green? A naturally looking green? That's probably about as close to a green as I'm going to get that's natural-ish. And I'm just going to start to add a little bit here and there. Maybe I don't like that. Maybe we'll just go bigger, like that, into the foreground. Get a bit of greeny grass happening. As you can see, a bit of green going on, like that. Get rid of those ones. Okay, let's have a look. And I need to lighten it up in the background. So I'm going to go find. That's a really pale. That's not pale enough. Nope. Ah, shivers my legs. I'm getting a cramp. I'm going to go this light colour. Why is it going? Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay. You could just fiddle for hours, really, quite frankly. Lots of fun. Okay, I'm on the right screen. Okay. Alright. That looks pretty cool. Pretty cool, because they do blend into their surroundings quite a lot. But this makes me, now I can see where I need to add contrast on a couple of these guys. So I'm going to go back to my inking. Nope, I'm going to go, where's my sketching? Sketching. Technical. Done. And then I've got to add, oh, I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. Back onto my antelope. Got to get some more of the lines on them. I haven't done the shadows on his antlers, horns there. And he's got shadow on that back leg. He's got more of a shadow coming down his dorsal line there. Alright. Having a quick look. Add a bit more light onto the bottom. Actually, I'll go back to my other brush. Untitled set. Where's my painting? That one. Add, make it less opaque. Like that, and it gives us a real interesting little variation there. I've got to add a little bit of detail into the inside of this leg. There, like that. Because I haven't got that shape right. And then add super dark. Whoops, that's not super dark. That is super dark. To his fluffy bit on his tail. Like that. There we go. We're looking good. I'm happy with that, ish. Go the super dark under his tum. Onto his leg. Whoops, go full opaque. He's got that stripe that I haven't drawn in yet, so I'll draw that in. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. Whoops. Let's have a look. He's got a shadow under his neck that I haven't drawn in yet, so I better do that. Comes down under here. Actually make that a bit more purpley. Stronger shadow under there. Like that. And I'll blend that a little bit. There we go. Got to add a little bit of that onto here. Alright. Quite happy with that, I think. What do you guys think? Might go back and have a look at the brushes that I've got and go back to organic. So I feel like I want to add, don't know, I might add some individual grassy streaks just with a fine brush. Just go like as if I would normally. Oh, let's see, that's pretty. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go. I'll use that. Go back to where's a light? Where's a light? That one. Nope, don't like that at all. I'll go back to ink roll. Oh, that might work. No, not really. Hang on. It's too hard on that back edge. I want something soft. I want a soft, light line. I could use hair. That would work. Oops. There we go. Yep, and I can add a few flecks of grass around. There we go. It's a bit softer because there's light. There's lots of different tones in the grass. Lots and lots and lots and lots. Because they're in a savanna. Whoops, excuse my dog barking at us. So I'm just literally adding just blibs of grass around here and there. Is it exactly the same as if I would in a watercolour painting? Exactly the same. Longer into the foreground. There we go. Whoops. Longer into the foreground. What brush am I using? I can go fine hair. It's a bit less. And I'm going to get some greens. I want to go a deep dark green, like a heritagey green. There we go. Because there's little tussocks of green popping up. Whoops. Little tussocks of green. Like that. Into the foreground. Like that, just scribbles. Make it a bit bigger. Like that. Oops. I keep touching stuff and making this thing drop. Alright, there we go. I reckon we're good. What do you reckon? I reckon we're good, guys. That looks pretty cool. I'm going to go I'm going to add a couple more highlights. I've got my bear dog sitting on my foot. Okay, grab my normal brush. Painting. Untitled. What else have we got? Salamanca. Woohoo. Dry brush. Might dry brush, actually. Just to add a bit of light onto the fur. Just add dry brush technique. There we go. Look at that. That adds a bit of texture onto them. Looks a bit more fur-like. Because they really do blend into their background beautifully. All right, and I reckon I'm going to call that done. I'm going to sign that down here. Whoops, in my bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to grab a pen that I can use. Sketching. And go HB. I'll use a HB pencil. Let's do that. Sign it down the bottom corner like that. And we are done. So thank you for hanging out, everyone. That was lots of fun. I hope you enjoyed the digital art. If you want to see more digital art, please let me know. Traditional, digital, whatever. I'll do whatever you guys want to see. And I will be back tomorrow for more. So have an awesome night, day, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I will see you all for the next stream. Have an awesome one. Okie doke. I'll catch you later. See you, Gray. Thank you for hanging out, mate. Always love hanging out and having a chat. I will see you next time.